Welcome back to my channel, my little cutie pies. Today I'm going to be making a skull makeup tutorial just in time for Halloween. This is such an exciting video for me to make today. I absolutely love doing these type of videos. They're so creative, so fun. There's no rules to it, and that's what I love about it. I took inspiration from none other than Chrisspy Makeup, who is also on YouTube. She has been my ride or die YouTuber that I've been watching since I very first started on this channel. So I felt like I had to give her a bit of a nod because her Halloween videos are amazing. And today I recreated last year's skull makeup tutorial. Now, at first, I was really hesitant to do this video because it looked super intricate, but it is actually so easy to do. I copied it from one of her photos and I tweaked a few different things just to sort of make it my own. But I just sort of went from a photo that I found on the internet of hers. I picked up my paints that I used from Spotlight and also the wig, which I feel like really pulls this look together. It just completely changes my whole look, and I feel like that is exactly what you need to do when you are creating a Halloween look. I don't want to look like myself. I don't want to look like what I look like every day. I want it to be dramatic. I want it to be a change, and I want it to be different. And when I went in to go buy the paints from Spotlight, there was a wig there, and I think I paid about $15 for it. It is a material craft sort of store in Australia, so it is quite easy to create this look. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure you give it a massive thumbs up and let me know if you enjoyed it and if you would like to see any more Halloween tutorials. Also, if you are not subscribed to my ongoing family I have here on YouTube, please make sure you do. The big red subscription button is right down below. Make sure you hit that. But until next time, guys, I will see you in my next video. See you. Bye. So I've already gone ahead and used my Kat Von D Monarch palette. I used the copper, bronze and matte brown shades to create my eyeshadow look. I'm just going to lightly start to draw a sketch of where I want my mask to start. I'm just using a white eyeliner pencil. It's just going to give me a bit of a rough guide as to where I'm going to start my paint to make sure that I don't go too messy or too high up. It is always good to get a bit of a guide using a lighter color, especially because I'm using white paint. Also, it'll be a good idea to take my nose ring out now. And then I'm going to go in with the face and body paint. This is just a white crisp shade. I'm going to be doing 2 coats of this, and I'm just going to make sure that I get a nice clean edging around my face. I'm going to slowly start to pack it on. I'm just using just like any old foundation brush. This is just a flat, I don't know, a flat angled brush. It wasn't anything, I don't think I'd normally use it, so I did wash the paint off and it did come out quite easily. But yeah, I'm just going to start to run it along where my guide is, just to make sure that I get a good, clean, crisp base. Then with the same paint, I'm going to take a black, but first of all I'm going to just get any old black felt liner and just sort of go around the nose to create that shading in the nose area. And I'm just going to go in and fill all of that in. Later on I will end up go over it with some matte black eyeshadow, because on the nose you do produce a little bit more oil, so I do find you do need to set it with some black eyeshadow. Sorry about the focus here. Then to create the shadows, I'm going to go in. I'm not going to do it all the way along. I'm just going to do it in just those very corners there where it just looks sunken. Then around the sides, I'm going to fill out the hollows of my cheeks. It's just going to be like a half circle like you can see there, and then filling it in. I'm going to be drawing a line right down the face where my cheekbones start to once that sort of then will connect up to the teeth. So we need to make sure that all of our lines are correctly done, because then later on we can go in with shades. Here I'm just going in with just some eyeshadow, just so that I can make that area where the teeth are going to start, just in case if I stuff up in any spots, it just sort of stops it from happening. And then I'm going to go in with my black paint and go over that area once I am happy with the space and the area that I'm going to go in. Then I'm going to take my black eyeshadow and I'm just going to start to fill in those areas. Then I realize I need it to be super dark in that spot, so I'm going to go back in with my eyeliner pen and just make it sort of deeper into that first little section there, and then going back in with the eyeshadow just to sort of blend it out and give it some shading, so then that way it looks like it has a little bit more dimension. I'm going to go back into that line there, and all the areas where they are quite harsh, I'm going to go in and just sort of buff out the edges, so just so that the lines aren't so harsh and it looks a little bit more realistic, and you get more of a 3D sort of effect. So again, underneath the sockets of my eyes, I'm going to buff that matte black shadow through. Then just to give a little bit of depth in my lip there, I'm just going to go back in with my eyeliner pen and just fill in that section. Now I'm going to start doing the teeth. I suggest you to use a black eyeliner pen and just follow the steps like I'm doing here in the video. I was going to go in with the paint, but I felt like that they were going to be a little bit too thick, so I'm just going to start to roughly make sure that the teeth are in the same sort of sections as where my natural teeth are, just so that way you get a bit more of a guide. I didn't realize that the video, I was crouching down a little bit here so you can't see, so sorry about that, but I'm just basically doing the same thing as what I did on top. Now to create the teeth, I'm going to go in and create a upside down sort of triangle. It's supposed to be the root area, so see how I'm starting to do it into a point so that it's thicker where the lower teeth are, and then it's going into a thinner root area. We will then go in after I've filled in these teeth area. I'm going to go in with my matte black shading again, just so that way you get more of the 3D effect of the teeth again, because then that way when it's looking like the way that it is at the moment, it just looks like a bunch of lines, whereas once you sort of go in with your eyeshadow and just sort of buff out any of those harsh lines, it sort of just makes it look a little bit more realistic. You'll be able to see a little bit later on in the video, this is where I'm going in with the buffing of the matte black, sorry. I do end up going in with a different eyeshadow color, and it is the matte brown that I used at the beginning of the video for my eyeshadow. I didn't use it in a whole lot of areas, but I just found sometimes it just looked a little bit too flat with just having just the black, so I added the chocolate brown, which I will show you anyway, but I just added that in there and it just gave it that little bit more of a pop, and I felt like it made it look a lot more realistic. So see how the shading is happening, and you can start to see the root of the teeth, and you can just follow your own natural teeth and just see like where they need to go also. So to still make it look a little bit more realistic, I'm going to go in with my matte black shade, and I'm just going to sort of go around the cheekbone areas just to make some areas look a little bit more sunken and hollow. Again, going back through with that eyeliner, so buffing it out so it looks a lot more realistic. If you need to add more shading in certain areas, then do so. There again, as you saw, I decided to go in with the matte black shade on my nose because I felt like my oils were coming through. Here I'm just creating cracks on the skin, so like cracked bone, then going in and shading those areas and just making again those more realistic. So see here, this is where I'm going in with the brown just in certain areas, nothing too much, just to give it a little bit of toning and shading, and I felt like that made such a world of a difference. I feel like a lot of this look is just using your own natural eye. Now with this look, I just felt like I wanted to just put a gold tooth in, so I've decided to use my Bronze Ambition from Napoleon, and that is it. This is my finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did filming it. This is probably to date one of my most favorite videos. Please make sure you don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video.